Well, it's getting closer to the 5th of April, and we're about to enter a new tax year. Making tax digital for individuals will become a part of all of our lives, and we're going to just have to get used to it. I've got 2 tips again for you this week. First, are you a low-cost trader on the VAT flat rate scheme? This could cost you thousands of pounds. Second, some quick reminders courtesy of HMRC in connection with payrolls. But firstly, let's look at low-cost traders. What is a low-cost trader? Well, typically this will be a one-man business, perhaps a consultant, where the biggest expenses are travel and subsistence. You have to exclude from the purchase of goods things like car expenses, food and capital expenditure, and that probably mean that stationery is your biggest expense. And if you qualify, the flat rate percentage will now be 16.5%. And as many of you will be on 12%, this is going to be a big jump in the VAT you pay every quarter. Is there a way around this? Well, possibly. We've been keeping an eye on the tax press recently, and there's been a few suggestions as to how you can alleviate this problem. Can you start a secondary activity, probably related to your main business? Even if it's just the purchase of a bit of extra stationery every quarter, sufficient to cover the 2% of turnover, and then sell off the surplus, possibly at a small profit. You might also like to consider going on to the annual VAT scheme, so you only do one VAT return every year, and you only have to do the low-cost trader calculation once a year. As we approach the 5th of April, I thought it would be good to look ahead to the new tax year. The February edition of HMRC's Employers Bulletin contained some useful reminders, and I thought it would be useful to include some of these today. As you approach your last payroll for the current year and your last RTI submission, remember to tick the box on the FPS to show that it is a final submission, or you can send an EPS with the same information. Benefits in kind. If you normally submit a P11D, remember this has got to be submitted by the 6th of July. Going into the new tax year, there's going to be a change in the way that PAYE codes are dealt with. Because of RTI and all the real-time information that HMRC is now receiving, they're going to be updating PAYE codes much more frequently. So watch out for this as you go forward. CIS, subcontractors verifications. With the start of the new tax year, you're no longer going to be able to do verifications by phone. They're going to have to be done either on the Revenue's own software or commercial software. And finally, the minimum wage is going up from the 1st of April, and so the headline rate, the rate for over 25-year-olds, the national living wage, is going up to £7.50. I've put on the screen the details of the other rates. As always, please remember this is just a quick overview. If you want any further information or any assistance, please get in touch. I'm Alan Long from the Long Partnership, making life less taxing.